Hello, welcome to the first episode of the Sassy Chef and the Good Foodie. I'm the Good Foodie,
And I'm the Sassy Chef.
and we have food trucks in the Middle Tennessee area. I've had mine for 4 years now. How long have you been in the food truck business, Sassy Chef?
For about 7 years now.
Okay, so Sassy Chef and I were talking the other day, and we thought, hey, let's make a podcast. So, why did you want to do a podcast there, Sassy Chef?
To share my passion for food and experiences with new restaurants and to maybe do reviews and just share our food truck life with people.
Yeah, because it's really could be a lot of fun. We went to a restaurant the other day. It was kind of sketch, wasn't
It was.
it? But the food was really good.
Those burrito tacos were amazing.
They were. So maybe that's part of what we'll do on here is share some of our food experiences, go out and find some places and share new foods with people. That's fun. Well, how'd you get started in this? I mean, why do you have a food truck? What's your story?
I've always had a passion for food and loved cooking. I just didn't know how, so I decided to go to culinary school.
You didn't know how to cook?
I had no clue how to cook. I was 22 years old with a kid and couldn't cook green beans out of a can.
So you went to school for it?
Yes.
Wow.
And then that just led me into working for some of the top restaurants and catering companies in Oklahoma. And from there, I just decided it was time to stop making everyone else's dreams come true and to make my own come true.
So you did that with the food truck?
We did. We actually started out with a cafe. Then we moved up to a food truck.
So you got out of the brick and mortar?
Yes.
Yeah. What was your first food truck like?
It was a very small food truck. It was called the Snack Shack, and we did carnival foods.
Fun.
It was interesting.
And then what'd you do after the Snack Shack? Because I never saw the Snack Shack. You had that little pink truck the first time I met you.
I did. In the little pink truck, we did crazy grilled cheese and desserts, and then we decided that wasn't big enough, so we went to a bigger food truck and we started doing wraps, and we called it That's a Wrap.
Like in a movie theme?
Yes.
Well, that's cool.
All of our menu items are named after something in Hollywood.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I am not a trained chef like you are, and I really had no experience in the food industry. Um, I was a school teacher until this last May, and I would make these healthy meals for the other teachers in the building and bring them to school for them, and they'd pay me for them. And they were like, "Oh, you ought to open a restaurant or you ought to start a food truck." Well, at the same time, my husband and I were binge watching the great food truck race on TV. And the next thing you know, we're buying a food trailer and starting a business called the Great Food Spot. And here we are. It's been really fun so far. Like I said earlier, we're about 4 years into it. And I tried juggling this on weekends and teaching school during the week. But my business has grown to the point I've been able to retire from teaching and focus on this full time.
That's amazing.
I'm having a blast. And I have my big food trailer that I do all my food out of, but I also have what I call the mini that I do drinks and dip and serve out of, like soups or something, and my boba teas. And it's small and easy to set up and pull around. What kind of food what kind of wraps do you have? You said you have wraps on your food truck.
We just take our favorite meals from all over the world that we like to have and we make them into a wrap. And then, or a bowl or salad.
Okay, so you get a choice of how you want it.
Yes.
All righty.
Just depending on how healthy they want to be.
Well, I also do foods from other cultures. I do rice bowls, and I try to find interesting foods from other cultures and then recreate them and share them with the community and with the people that come to our food truck. That's a lot of fun. I kind of offer some stuff people in this area may never have seen or tried before.
I love your bulgogi bowl. That's my favorite.
The boogie bowl. Bulgogi bowl, the bologna bowl. I think I've introduced bulgogi to
they call it the boogie bowl.
Southern Middle Tennessee. Yeah, it is fun. What surprised you most about this business? I mean, how is it different than what you thought it would be?
It's a lot harder to set up and break down and pulling the generator and just loading and unloading everything every day.
It's so much work.
It is.
It's real physical labor.
It is very hard. It's a lot harder than a brick and mortar.
Do you do it by yourself?
Sometimes, and sometimes my husband's with me.
Oh, thank goodness for our husbands, right? Because rarely do I do this by myself. I'm lucky that I've got a husband willing to help
Oh,
me
me too.
and will do it and help me. I know when I've done it by myself, there's been some kind of disaster almost every time.
I still cannot back my trailer up. So if I have to back my trailer up, I'm not going.
I get it. I get it. Well, for me, the biggest surprise has been this food truck family experience. I didn't know I was going to be part of such an awesome group of people with so many different backgrounds and so many different reasons for being in this business. Yet they're so ready to help you when you need it or give advice or just whatever you need. And that's how I met you.
It is. We set up at the farmer's market together on Food Truck Fridays.
That's right. Your little pink truck.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, what kind of obstacles have you faced since you started your food truck?
Finding my people and the people that my menu work for, because it's different. It's not your
It's
normal
not.
menu for this area.
Mm-hmm. It's not burgers and fries.
It's not.
Yeah, I really resisted putting a fryer on my truck for a long time, but I finally did because I wanted to serve falafel, and
Oh, it's amazing.
yeah, I needed that fryer to be able to do it in any kind of quantity. Well, my biggest obstacle, I guess, has been finding that niche menu that serves the mission of my business, but it's also accepted by the community. Like I have added chicken and fries just to satisfy part of that crowd when I go to some of these music festivals and events that I do.
No, we had to add some paninis for kids, like pizza paninis, because
Yeah,
we had nothing for kids. So we learned very quickly there needed to be something on there for kids.
right. I mean, we want to be healthy and offer this niche food that the other food trucks don't really have, but you've got to be able to serve the whole family and the moms. I think we really get the moms, but then we got to have something for the dads and the
Kids,
kids too. You're right. What's your favorite kind of event to do?
private events, just
Yeah.
setting up for private little catering events, and
Well, I think mine's music festivals. I love so many different kinds of music, and I love people watching. And music festivals, I think, are the most fun for me. They wear you out, though. Yeah, what you got going on this week?
we are setting up at the 41A Music Festival in Tullahoma.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, hopefully we don't get rained out.
I hope not.
Fingers crossed.
I hope not. I'm supposed to do Little League game tomorrow night, but I think this hurricane might rain it out. But I am setting up at the Caverns music venue this weekend, rain or shine, and it's for an Eli Brown concert. I think that's like kind of techno rave music. I'm old, so I don't know. I have to Google these guys when I do these concerts. I don't always know who they
We
are.
always Google them.
Yeah, but the people watching ought to be pretty epic.
It's always fun, people watching.
Yeah.
We like setting up at the caverns too. That's where you really find out your food truck family, because you need them a lot and you get to depend on each other and they help out
It
with
is,
many things.
especially those gigs where you're there serving 12 hours a day for 3 days in a row. I mean, it's pretty intense.
Yes.
Well, it's finally cooling off, too. Starting to feel like fall outside.
We now not have to use those air conditioners that don't work anyway.
Right. Are you going to change your menu? You got any fall items you're going to add to your menu?
We're going to add soups.
Yeah, soup weather finally. I made a bunch of bone broth getting ready for soup weather. Yeah, and I think
soups do you make?
um I've got about 3 soups. My core soups that I make. I've got a chicken chowder, a German potato soup, and chili. What about you?
Chili is one of mine. Chicken and dumplings.
Oh, yum.
And I haven't really had decided on another one yet. Probably potato soup.
Do you do pumpkin spice anything for fall?
No, but I love making asparagus soup.
Asparagus soup. That sounds good.
It's amazing.
I don't think I'm gonna do pumpkin spice bobas. Oh.
No?
No. I'm kind of over the pumpkin spice stuff.
Everybody else is just getting into
Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm gonna do apple nachos. Apple with chocolate and caramel and
Those are so
nuts
good.
on them. Yeah, and maybe some hot cider, maybe, or some hot spice tea for fall. That'd be fun.
I'm going to start doing my cobbler cones again. Peach cobbler made into a homemade waffle cone.
Yum. You make your own waffle cones. That's cool.
We do. It's
Yeah.
fun because you can make them all flavors and everything else.
All righty. Well, I hope things go well for you this weekend. Hope it doesn't rain too much. I mean, we need the rain though, so kind of torn on that.
I know, me too. We wanted the rain, but maybe just Monday.
Or just early in the day and not
Yeah.
in the evening when we have our events.
Yes, that'll be
Yeah.
great.
Well, this was fun. I'm so glad you came by this evening and we got to do our first episode of our podcast. So if anybody's actually listening, you can stay tuned and there should be some more soon.
It's gonna be better.
Yeah. All righty. Thank you.
Bye.
Good night. Bye bye.